Hi, I've been asked if it's possible to change the card design that's printed based on a value in the database, or more specifically a character or symbol in the database. I suppose, like most of my answers, this is yes and no. So if there is a field in the database, we can use that field to trigger a change in card design, but the software is not sophisticated enough to be able to extract a particular character or symbol and then make a change based on that. Doesn't mean to say you can't do it, it just means the software can't do it. So what we're looking at here is the usual database I use for my card designs, and what I've done is I've created a field here called MISC, and in this I'm using an Excel function to find the fourth character in the string that's in the column here, position, and convert it to uppercase. So here, depending on what this character is, here it's a U, then an N, these two are D, then an S, E here, U, E, and S again. So depending on what values appear or character appears here, this is the one we'll see, and it's automatically converted to uppercase. There are 5 unique values here. What we'll do is create a card design for each of them. So what we'll do is close the database, and if we go to, we'll start with looking at CardStudio version 1. And what I've done is prepared some material ahead. So I have a card design, and you can see with this there are 4 other card designs. They're all identical, the layout is the same, except that the color of the box changes. So for this one it's yellow, then green and blue and red. What we want to do is create a 5th and then change the color of the box. So we will pick new, and we will say we want a duplicate layout. What it does is then create a new layout of the card, and what we will do is pick the box, change the fill color to something else, and then the same with the line color. So we now have our 5 different designs to use. What the next step is then is to create a link or an identifier that says use this design if a certain value or something is true. So again, we go to settings, and what we're looking at here is I've already started populating them. So we can see for design 1, if layout 1 is, or layout 1 is used, if the value in the MISC is U, if it's N, it will be layout 2, if it's D, layout 3, if it's S, it will be layout 5. So what we want to do is change this, select layout 5, and the value will be E, and then say OK. What you want, you'll have noticed when we look, if you look at them, is that they're all unchecked. You can only check one at a time. So what you want to do is start with number 1. So the image design 1 open, then in settings check the box here and make sure that's the value you want to use. Click OK. Move on to image 2, click settings, check layout number 2, make sure that's the value you want to use. Check layout 3, make sure that's the value you want to use. One thing I will point out is you'll see here that they're all case sensitive, and I'll check that for number 5 as well. So it does mean it will have to be a capital U or a capital D. Lowercase characters would be ignored. And then on to number 5, and then check number 5. So we've been through each of the different card designs, setting what the value is to be used to do trigger the change in design. Because I've linked it to a database, if I click here, I can look at the database view, and if I open the card preview, what we should see is if I pick any one of these, then that card design will change to that person. So here we have the green box, here we have blue, This is yellow. For this last one, it's red. So when you print the cards, that's what should happen. The card should print like this, but the color of the box should change. You're not limited to just using this design. I could here delete the background image or edit the background image and replace it with a new design. This leisure card maybe. You maybe want to move some of the information around on the card a bit. Perhaps not the best example, but it shows, I think, the intention. Again, save the information. If we click back to the database view, so we pick here, we can see green. If we go to this last one of these, there we are, then the whole design has changed. You can also change the orientation as well. The same feature is available in version 2 of CardStudio, and that is what I'll cover in the next video. Okay, thank you.